It's my life, it's your life, it's our life, it's our life, it's our life. You got to make a decision.
If you're just tuning in, this is the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. You're now Chief rocking with Raz. I am the Chief Hollatician in charge, and we do this from every 7:30 to 8:30. It's the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. No bars and stars here. We don't talk about celebrity culture here. We talk about things that concern you and me the most. And that is the things that we have to make decisions on in our lives, man. So we just getting over the news, man. For the audio, we just getting through the news. On the Holla-tics news floors on Tuesday, October the 13th, Katrina Pearson, a senior advisor of the Trump administration, announced that Ice Cube has been working with the president of the United States, President Trump, to develop his platinum plan for his presidential campaign. The platinum plan is an outline of Trump's platform, which pledged to bring almost $500 billion into the black communities, provide better and affordable healthcare insurance, offers access to capital for black businesses, educational opportunities, and more. This is what Trump had already presented, and now we find out that Ice Cube has been sitting down helping him develop it, which is a huge feather in the cap of the Trump administration. I highly respect Ice Cube, and again, Ice Cube is, he's $100 million is a landmark to me. That's why I say he's worth over, and I ain't gonna say worth. Some people net worth don't mean what they got in the bank, but Ice Cube has $100 million. Why is $100 million important? If you have $100 million, you can get anything you want. You can get a building, a plane, a jet, all the personal goods you want. So a man with $100 million don't need money. And so for Ice Cube to be doing this, he mean business, and for Trump to meet with him, I think that is huge, man. So, Holla-tics Rod say, man, testicles. He talked about Nancy Pelosi. I shouldn't have said that, right? I shouldn't have said moxie, right? Grogan, it was a better word, right? It's dinner time. God bless everyone. All right, Jose, see you, man. All right, man, that is the news, man. We're going to switch over to the floor subject, man. But anyway, that is very interesting news. If you're just tuning in, it's the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Raz, your host, Chief Hollatician, man. We do this every 7:30, 8:30 Central Time. Facebook Live, we stream, soon to stream YouTube Live. Got to get our numbers up. Go to YouTube, hollatics.com or YouTube, Holla-tics Live, search, subscribe. We need your face in the place, man. Coming to the floor tonight. Y'all get ready, man, because I'm finna take my gloves off and we finna go at it tonight. And I hope y'all came to Holla-tics tonight. I don't want to see shy people, because this subject, man, is gonna touch some people at the crib. Coming to the floor tonight. According to the 2016 census, the following three races make up the majority of Americans' population. White, 61%, Hispanic, non-white Hispanics, 18%, blacks, 13%. These are the leading three races in population in America. Together with whites and white Hispanics and Latinos, that's 80% of the country, 77 to be exact. Now, based on these facts, do you believe racial tension would be any less if the Hispanic race became the majority? Holla-tics, prepare your amendments. Let me see your Twitter fingers, your Instagram fingers, your Facebook fingers, your TikTok fingers, your Snapchat fingers, whatever you use to type out messages. I need the sweat, slobber, veins popping out of your neck. I need you to weigh in. Holla-tics, prepare your amendments. On the floor tonight, the bill. According to the 2016 consensus, the following three races make up the majority of America's populations. Whites, 61%. Hispanic, non-white Hispanics, 18%. Blacks, 13%. Together with whites, white Hispanics, and Latinos, that is 80% of the country. Now, based on these facts, do you believe racial tension would be any less if the Hispanic race became the majority? Hollatics, weigh in. Holla-tics Monteo say racism is a heart issue, what he means. That is true, Monteo. I do believe that. I think we are naturally all born with a little bit of prejudice in us. It's a difference between racism and being prejudiced. Anybody can be prejudiced. Prejudice says, I've been around black people most of my life. I don't know if I trust this white guy. There's nothing wrong with that, man. That's human nature. That is what prejudice is. Rod say hit record. I did, Rod. Appreciate you, brother. I did. I hit it this time. But prejudice is natural. Racism is when, okay, I don't care how good of a guy Rod Woe is. Cause he's white, I hate him. I don't care how cool Monteo is. Cause he's Hispanic, I hate him. That's racism. Racism is guarded by ignorance and stubbornness. Prejudice is different. So again, on the floor tonight, according to the 2016 consensus, the following three races make up the majority of America's populations. White, 61%, non-white Hispanics are 18%. They are the majority minority. Blacks, 13%. We come in third. Now, if you add all those numbers up, you get about 92%. So if I left your race out, I'm not being racist, like my man say. It's not a heart issue. It's just right there in front of you, you have 92% of the country. So everybody else fits in that last 8%. Now, if you combine white Hispanics and whites, you're talking about that's 80% of the country. Not to mention the 13% that's in the black race. Half of that is men in prison, right? Taken out of commission. So based on these facts, do you believe racial tension will be any less if the Hispanic race became the majority race in America? Hollatics, y'all weigh in. I know this is a scary subject. You might not want to say nothing, but hey, I actually came up with this floor topic today because when I began to read news and I began to read comments concerning racism and voting, and I saw people out voting, and I'm thinking to myself, man, we can't be under illusion, any type of illusion when we make these type of decisions. If you're out pulling on the poll because you think the president is racist and so you want him out, tell me what you did for the last 10 elections, because you can't believe every president who sat his behind in that seat loved everybody. So that's not a strong enough foundation to say I want Trump out if you think he's a racist. We have to stop falling for illusions. Politics is about your life. Again, I said this 3 shows ago. People hate and run from politics, but guess what happens when you jaywalk? A cop pulls up. We call them cops. 1 time, 12. Some of us ugly and call them pigs, but the true definition is police officer, policy officer. Your whole life in America is surrounded by ordinance, policies, statutes, and laws. So if you're silly enough to believe you can get throughout life without having to address politics, I don't want to call you anything other than what I just said. That's silly. Hollatics, y'all weigh in tonight. Hollatic Mateo say, I think it matters about the power. The money, numbers doesn't mean much, so it's no from me. I guess you talked about the news earlier, right? I think it matters about the power, the money. Numbers doesn't mean much, so it's no from me. Oh, he talking about the night floors. He said, based on the facts, do you believe racial tension would be any less if he says no? Hollatic Mateo says no. He do not believe racial tension would go away. He believes it's about power and money. Very interesting. Because I am also a Hollatic, a politician, I have to weigh in myself, Mateo. So I'm going to save my opinion. But you make a strong one right there. I will go as far as say I agree with you without giving my own opinion away. I agree with you. I think America is about power. It's about the haves and have-nots, man. And we who have not, we find crazy little stuff to fight about down here on our level. But the truth is, I think the rich and wealthy have a whole different set of rules they play by. And when they need a consensus from majority, they come down and figure out what we like and they sing our tune. And, you know, I'm especially critical towards the black community because we're so caught up in celebrity culture. You can almost not even tell somebody something unless you're a celebrity in the black culture. I've been rapping 25 years. Good stuff. You know, I used to be a gangster rap artist, my first record, but I've been rapping for the gospel and the kingdom of God for 25 years. And it's people probably spitting distance have never heard my music because I am not what they're considered a celebrity. That pains me, not because of me and my music. I'm gonna be good. But I'm like, if a person doesn't dance up and down your TV or your radio station, you don't even consider them credible. That's a problem, man. That is a problem, man. Hollatics, y'all weigh in. Hollatic Mike say, in my opinion, I believe our races have been and still prestigious. I hope I'm saying that right. Prestigious to the prejudice is what you mean. Prejudice to the black race. I'm black, but I'm also a Latin descent. Latinos are racist, prejudice to their own kind because the color of their skin. So my opinion, it wouldn't be any different. Now, that is Hollatic Mike weighing in saying, no, he don't think it'd be any difference if the Hispanic race became the majority. That is Hollatic Mike saying he's half black. He's a Blaxican is what he's saying. I don't know if you're a Blaxican, Mike. You say you're Latino. That's when I say Blaxican. That's automatically making you a Mexican. You might not. You might be from Cuba or some freaking well. So don't want to say that. But Mike say he's black/Latino and he gets made fun of within his own race. So he don't think there would be any less racial tension if the Hispanic race was in charge. Mateo say chess pieces. Andrew Daniel Hatton say America is about creators and consumers. That's a whole nother floor subject there, Andrew. Good observation though. I love it. I love it. Hollatic Grogan say I don't believe it would make a difference in racial tension if Hispanics were the majority. The media and the fat cats elites would continue to divide us. The food would definitely improve. Authentic Mexican food, horchata, more tacos, less media-driven racism. That's what's up, Seven. Seven say horchata. I had to crack a joke on that, man. I think I'm the only black man I know who who like Holla-tics. That's not true. I got a partner of mine named Kelly Dumas. He hit me on to it, man. Hollatics 7 say, I don't believe it will make a difference in racial tension if Hispanics were the majority. The media and the fat cats elites would just divide us. He say the food would definitely improve though. Authentic Mexican food and horchata, more tacos and less media-driven racism. That is real 7, man. I love your weigh-ins, bro. You always make me crack up, man. Hollatics, y'all weigh up. Y'all weigh in, rather. Tonight on the floor, according to the 2016 consensus, the following races make up the majority of America's population. Caucasian, white, 61%. Hispanic, non-white Hispanics, 18%. Blacks, 13%. That is 92% of the country. If I left your race out, I'm sorry, but I'm just naming them 3 races. That's already 92% of the country. Now, combining the white Hispanics with the whites and Latinos, that's 80%. Meaning combining Hispanics and whites, that's 80% of the country right there. Based on those facts, do you believe racial tension would be any less if the Hispanic race rose up and become the majority? Hollatics, y'all weigh in. If you're just tuning in, this is the Holla-tics Live Interactive Podcast. I am Raz, your chief Holla-tician. Not only your orator, narrator, I am a Holla-tic. So I have to weigh in on the floor subjects as well. I will be weighing in a matter of minutes. But tonight, as every night, I give all my Holla-tics, all my Holla-ticians, an opportunity to weigh in, and whatever you say, you are fully protected by me. You have a voice here. On the Holla-tics Live show, this is true America. You do have freedom of speech here, and I will protect it, even if you are against everybody else's opinion. I do not care. I think that is how we move stuff forward in this country. I've heard so many celebrity interviews, and they say we need to have these type of conversations, but they have conversations about the conversation. I never see the conversation though. On the Holla-tics Live show, we have these conversations. So, Holla-tics, y'all weigh in. I will be weighing in a few minutes. Mike say prejudice. I know. I figured that, Mike. I figured it, Mike. I kind of caught you and corrected that for you, bro. I'm horrible at you seen that though. If y'all checked out the earlier shows, man, I have a 3-sentence subject on the floor, and 2 of the sentences be having misspelled and misquoted. So I'm horrible about that, Mike. So no points taken from you, brother. No honor or respect lost for your typos, man. I get it fully. Mike say, I'm hood, Raz. I'm from Lakewood, North Side. That's what's up. I went to Forest Brook High, but my father his family is from Brazil. That's what I meant. I called you black skin, but your father is actually from Brazil, so you're not a black skin. But he is half Latino, and he's saying his race, talk trash to him because of the different colors and the mixed breeds. So he do not feel that if the Hispanic race became the majority, that would be any difference. What's up, yo? Holla-tics, yo, is checked in. Girl, I miss you. You better weigh in tonight. This is an interesting floor subject. I need to hear what you got to say. On the floor tonight, according to 2016 consensus, the following 3 races make up the majority of America's population. Whites, 61%. Hispanic, non-whites, 18%. Blacks, 13%. That is 92% there. Combining the white and white Hispanics and Latinos, you have 77%, pretty much 80% of the country. Based on those facts, do you believe racial tension would be any less if the Hispanic race became the majority? Holla-tics, y'all weigh in. Holla-tics Mike say a lot of Latinos are prejudiced to their own kind for not speaking Spanish. So again, nothing will change. That is Holla-tics Mike weighing in, saying he could speak for blacks and Latinos because he's half Brazilian, half black. He say, no, Raz, nothing will change. Yolanda say, we know what you mean. That's what's up, Yolanda. That's right. Holla-tics Michael Robinson say, I feel that it wouldn't change because whites are telling Hispanic people to go back where they come from because they speak Spanish, not English. So Holla-tics Mike saying no. There would not be any less racial tension if Hispanic race was in charge, was the majority rather. Let me ask you this. Let me get messy for a second. Do you believe the Hispanic race is less critical? The best word I could use, without, taking it too far. Do you believe the Hispanic race is more accepting to the black race than the white race? Let me ask that question. It's not the floor question, but I'm interested on what some of y'all think. All my life, I have seen all kinds of people. I am from the hood, just like my man Mike. I am from North Side too. Trinity Garden, which is close to Lakewood. But I've seen all races all my life. All my friends here, a lot of the people that support my show, they are people that know me, and they are from all over the country, all kinds of race. So I've never been a racist. Often I speak harshly towards my own people because we could do better. Every race could do better, if you ask me. And so I can do that. I can talk to my race there. I'm 50 years in this thing. So I am a gatekeeper for my race. They need to listen to me because I have walked this walk for 50 years. I could not get the skin off of me. So I think the black race should listen to me. I have some wisdom for us as a whole. But when it comes to white and Hispanics and acceptance of black people, I've seen the same. I've seen the same thing. In fact, I'm going to use this opportunity to weigh in. The floor subject, according to the 2000 consensus, white 61%, Hispanics, non-white 18%, blacks 13%. Based on these facts, do I believe racial tension would be any less if the Hispanic race became the majority? And I am in consensus with most of my Hollatics tonight. I do not believe there will be any less racial tension. I've seen blacks prejudice against blacks. Of course, I've seen whites prejudice against blacks. And unfortunately, I have seen Hispanics prejudice against blacks as well. I do not believe if any race was to become the majority and for some reason take control of America, we would see anything different. I think every race is going to look out for their own race first. Despite what we say on Facebook and despite what we say in politics and despite what we say in media, it takes something higher, a higher principle, a higher calling in your life, a higher whatever, for you to say, you know what, man, I'm going to be fair to all people. And I don't think that is a majority consensus amongst Americans. I think the first thing black people do when we walk into a room and it's 5 white guys, 5 Hispanic guys, and 2 black guys, we go right over there to the 2 black guys. Same thing with all the other races. Maybe not. I know black people do that. I can't speak for other races. So by nature, we look out for our own. It takes something stronger than nature, the natural, in order for people to look past skin, which your skin is probably thinner than a piece of paper. And if you scrape that off for you, all of us are the same. But I do believe every race is naturally inclined to look out for their own and to some kind of way, some degree, practice prejudice, if not full out racism against other races. So based on the facts, do you believe racial tension will be any less if the Hispanic race became the majority? I do not believe there will be any less racial tension. I think we'll still be here with boxing gloves until we figure this thing out, man. So That is my professional weigh-in. Holla-tics, y'all still have time to weigh in. Let me see, can I get through some of these amendments? RJ Escamilla, I hope I ain't butcher your name. Are you asking if the percentage of Hispanics is larger than the whites? No, I'm not asking that. That wouldn't be an opinion. That's factual. Whites make up 61%, as you can see on the screen. So no, I'm not asking you that, RJ. The screen, what you see on the floor is facts. I did not make this stuff up. That is facts from the 2016. That was data taken from 2016. Censuses are being done right now. They're done every 10 years. So no, Holla-tics science says Hispanics is not a race. They are many cultures, and they often disagree. True that. So what do you think, Si? Weigh in. I think yes, Mexican Hispanics have been subject to segregation as well, so they can relate. That's interesting that you feel that way. If you do any study on sociology and psychology, you will find that often when a person is oppressed, it's common that they begin to side with the oppressor. So, RJ, although you are free to weigh in here and say that, I will challenge your opinion. I will challenge that opinion real swiftly, just to say because a race has been scrutinized, that will make them more sensitive to not scrutinize others. That is not true. According to psychology, we do the same thing. Abused people go out and abuse people. Boys who watch their daddy slap their mamas around will grow up and go slap their wives around. So according to psychology, I would have to challenge your opinion, RJ. Holla-tics Yolanda say nothing will change. People are who they are. I have lots of Hispanic friends. I feel they are very accepting, but they do back their own. That is true. I've known that amongst, again, I am here in Houston, Texas, where there's a large population of Hispanics. We sit right here on Hispanic, on the Mexican border, as well as Cuba, Brazil, all that comes in through right here, Texas, the Gulf, right here on our borders. And, Hispanics look out for their own, man. They look out for their own. They patronize their own businesses. They watch out for their own people. Y'all might fight amongst each other, but I see a unity amongst your people that I do not see amongst mine. In fact, that is probably a lot of the reason why black people have not rebounded financially, because we first need unity before we can begin to excel financially. And I see that in the Hispanic race. And do I believe if the Hispanic race became the majority, would they turn around and look any more kindly towards the other races? I do not believe that. I believe people are people. And this is not an accusation against the Hispanic race, white race, or black races. I do believe all races will naturally look out for themselves if they become the majority and become in control. So, that is my opinion, man. We winding down, man. Holla-tics, you still have time to weigh in. These conversations continue to happen after the show, man. We was rolling tonight. Again, on the floor tonight, according to the 2016 census, the following three races make up the majority of America's population. White 61, Hispanics 18, non-white Hispanics, that is. Black 13%, together with whites. White Hispanics and Latinos make up 77% of the country. Based on these facts, do you believe racial tension will be any less if the Hispanic race became the majority? I weighed in and said no. Many Holla-tics weighed in and said no as well. We had one to say yes. RJ say yeah. My people been through some segregation, so I think if we became the majority, we would be sensitive. That is RJ's opinion, and he might be right. I disagree with RJ, but I am not I am only a politician here. A Hollatic. I am not the judge, jury, nor executor, man. So we are getting ready to get out of here. Hollatics, man. Y'all continue the conversation, man. Y'all get to know each other. Share the show, man. This is some good stuff, man. This is better than Meg Stallion being shot in the foot, man. So y'all should be excited about the Hollatics show. Also, man, please, if you can, support the podcast. That's Cash App Only Voice. I'm good. I ain't missing no meals, but again, you know, this is a business endeavor as well. I want to take this show larger than just Facebook Live. And so in order to do that, man, I think we could do it together. If you have the opportunity to change someone's life accompanied by the power, please do so. I believe that's why God put you in that position. And as my man Pickle Juice would say, walk with the king and be a blessing in all things. I am Raz, your host, Hollatics Live Inactive Podcast, saying peace out tonight.